84. KARCH KIRALY was a very young KARCH KIRALY back then. It was Team USA versus Russia. I think it was for the World Championships. And Steve Timmons was out. I guess he, blew out his knee in playing in Italy, I think. So let's jump into it. Should be a little bit eye-opening, I think.
Okay, let's check the starting lineups. First, the Soviet Union. Key men to watch: number 2, Zaitsev, the setter, two-time Olympian, the oldest man on the court, 32 years old. Also number 3,
First of all, we notice this
Alexander
is
Savin,
standard
another
depth.
two-time Olympian, the big hitter. And this team averages
not
6
HD.
foot 6
It's
inches
gonna be
in
a
height.
little blurry for us, probably.
And for the United States, number 7, Craig Buck, 6 foot 8 inches. The U.S. team needs to have a big day from him against the large
So
Soviet
6'8" is
bloc.
the tallest guy we have.
And number
there
9, Mike Dodd, a newcomer, really the replacement
Mike
for the
Dodd,
injured
Jeff
Steve
Stork,
Timmons.
all
And
Pat
number 10,
Powers,
Jeff Stork, a lot of
names
pressure
I
on him.
remember.
The new setter, as
Dodd
we said,
and
only on the
Stork,
team
I think,
for 2 weeks.
Dodd and Buck,
Number 12,
I think were,
Aldous Berzins, very
beach
versatile,
players later on
great
in their
defensive
careers.
skills. And number 13, Pat Powers, so much a part of the offense in the LA Olympics. Number 15, KARCH KIRALY, the captain, probably one of the best all-around players, a very intense player on the court. And we're looking at Coach Doug Beal, the head coach of the U.S. team. He's been with the team since 1976. And sitting next to him, assistant coach Tony Crabb, and Beal's counterpart, Soviet head coach Platonov. We're ready now for the first serve of the game.
So
the rules of
refs are all
volleyball, best
in
3 out of 5 games
white,
to win the match.
Interesting.
Each game you must get 15 points and win by 2 points. And you can only gain points while you're serving.
Ball sounds very
Side out,
rubbery.
the United States, Pat Powers serving. Chance for the U.S. to get the first point of the game. Good block by the United States, and the United States takes the
very odd to
initial
see
lead, 1-0.
Standing jump serve at
out of
this
an
level.
8-team round-robin tournament here. Other teams: Bulgaria, China, Korea, Mexico, Poland, and of course the host Japanese. Winner to be determined on the basis of a round-robin
Also, back
format.
then, you
Each
couldn't
team
overhand pass a serve.
And the U.S. block is hit out now. Side out, the Soviet Union. U.S. leading 1-0. Serving for the Soviet Union, Alexander Sapega, 26-year-old. With those serves come at you like a knuckleball. And the ball is hit out. First game now tied at 1. We're looking at Mike Dodd of the United States.
Also, you may just catch that. We've had like 3 serves, and it's only 1-1.
A little sloppy play right here at the start.
So this is
the United States. Mike Dodd
you could only score when you served, and the game went to 15.
Good dig by Aldous Berzins. Defensive specialist for the U.S. And that ball right on the button. 2-1 U.S.
So he said defensive specialist. I don't remember actually, defensive specialist back
Average
then.
height for the U.S. team, 6'3".
Yeah,
average height by the Soviet Union, 6'6". How about that height advantage? Kirk, what will that do?
Well, I think the Soviets come out and they try and intimidate you by blocking the ball. And with the size they have, they're going to try and do that. And let's see if the U.S. offense can get around their block.
Who
So
likes
the
the
US would try
collared
to run a little
shirt?
quicker
Oh
offense.
my God.
Well, they really have to pass the ball well.
Good play by the United States.
Very nice shot by Jeff Stork, the setter. He's in the front row. He can tap that ball down with his left hand being up there.
Okay, KARCH KIRALY, the 4-time All-American from UCLA serving.
Young.
Okay, here we have coming up now to serve Oleg Smugilyov of the Soviet Union. Trying to make the
graphic screen
first game even. The U.S. leading 2-1. Here we have him with his spike serve. Well, that thing really comes out here. Kind of a bad break there. Would have been out, but Pat Powers couldn't get out of the way.
And he was definitely trying to get out of the way of the ball. Here we see the jump serve. That ball's dropping very fast. Now Powers is just trying to get out of the way. Gets him in the feet now. Bob, the back line is in play.
I'm surprised to see a spike serve.
It is good. That one was long.
Seems to me that jump serve is pretty risky. Here we had that one out, and now it's side out U.S. with Jeff Stork serving.
Risky.
Set by
God, those statistics today, they'd be blown away with how
newcomer to the team. We're looking at him right here.
Inefficient.
Really powerful. They
expect
him to be one of their big leaders. Doesn't sound much like a Soviet name, but his father is French. He knows very much about it. In fact, he's a big, strong player. Score tied at 2. Now 3-2 the Soviet Union. Good hit there by number 11, Sapega. And now we're looking at one of the great volleyball players of all time.
Oh, did you see that? Like a slow windmill.
He really makes this offense go, doesn't he?
That was a nice one-handed set.
He's been around for over 10 years, runs their offense, makes the players be able to hit without a blocker up there, as we saw then.
Okay, 4-2, Soviet Union getting off to a quick start here in the first game. Best 3 out of 5. KARCH KIRALY. Good block by the Soviet Union, and now linking that lead to 5-2. Let's take another look.
See it again, there's Alexander Sabin up there in the middle. The Soviets trying to intimidate you. That time it worked.
Okay, KARCH KIRALY trying to just find an open spot. Here's the power of the Soviet Union. Good defensive play by the U.S. Okay, Soviet Union into the net as ruled by Sasaki, the referee from Japan. Side out the United States. Pat Powers serving.
Get that Cobra attack on that serve.
Good hit by Sapega. Side out the Soviet Union. And we'll be returning to Kyoto for more of the match, but as we go outside and look at the Higashiyama Mountains, which surround this city, you can see evidence of how popular this sport is in Japan.
Did you know over 43 million?
Let's get through this.
12-11. Service recession by Berzins. Hit from the outside by Pat Powers.
Is he back row or was he just playing weak side?
For the United States in the Olympics, and seems to still be great.
He hit behind the tack.
As we can see in this replay, Powers goes over the top from the deep court again. He was a great hitter for the U.S. team in the Olympics, and he's continuing now.
6'9", Craig Buck in for the United States for Saunders. Good hit by Soviet Union.
Run a lot of sort of stacked.
One of the keys for the United States, if they're going to emerge victorious,
a lot of that
would be really to do a good job digging since they're smaller.
The Soviet team is very big and very strong. We saw Alexander Sabin get over the top. They can all hit high. The U.S. has to dig.
Okay, here we have Sabin serving. Set by Stork to the outside.
Even the approach is not so much floating as sort of, let's just go
Mike Dodd on a high
plant and go up.
KARCH KIRALY again.
They don't have a whole lot of forward momentum.
Bob, the U.S. has to feel pretty good about this match so far. After a slow start, they've come back and taken the lead.
A lot due to this man, KARCH KIRALY from Santa Barbara, California.
Oh,
set by the Soviet Union.
That.
Give you an example of their power right there and their intricate offense.
See how high he hit that ball, way over the top of the net and straight down.
It's like a gap set.
Doesn't sound Russian to me.
Here is the big, powerful hitter for the Soviet Union, Shurikin. We can notice by his left hand has been injured, but he is a right-handed hitter, so that shouldn't bother him very much, but he is powerful.
Long sleeves.
Surprisingly, he hasn't been in the game before. He served. Spike serve.
Bob, what happened there? The lineman called that ball out. I thought it was good, and the umpire, the referee, overruled him.
Definitely no Bolt 6 system back then.
Well, at any rate, the match is now tied at 12.
The spike serve.
Spike serve again. That really comes at you, doesn't it? Okay, side out U.S.
Bob, we're going to see a lot more of that jump spike serve as the International Federation has just outlawed blocking serve.
Serving, I guess.
And right back in the game, Zaitsev, captain of the team, 32 years old. He's been on this Soviet Union team since 1974. What a contrast between the man who is serving right now, Jeff Stork, who's only been on the U.S. team for 2 weeks. Look out, bud.
U.S. was in the net. The referee saw the U.S. in the net. You may not touch the net at any time during the play.
Okay, here we have number 10. Sorokalet serving for the Soviet Union.
It was almost like a back.
Second option.
Back stack.
Side out U.S. Game tied at 12. Craig Buck. Serving for the United States.
Stork's not doing too bad considering he's only playing with the team for 2 weeks.
Zaitsev setting from the backcourt.
Wow, a true back row attack.
Ball is hit out.
It's pretty effective. I don't know why they don't use it more.
This match has really gone back and forth ever since the United States pulled even in this latter part of the game. Pat Powers was tipped by the Soviet Union. Side out U.S.
Interesting watching this. It seems more rigid.
Aldous Berzin serving from Tennis Square, Pennsylvania. Good serve by Berzin.
And Bob, one of the reasons Aldous Berzin plays in that U.S. team, he passes a lot of balls, plays defense, and serves very tough.
U.S. Volleyball Player of the Year in 1983.
And quick, just like today, run a lot of quicks through the middle.
That was Alexander Sabin on the hit.
Good kill percentage. Love that little crazy windmill serve.
Good hit by KARCH KIRALY.
Let's see a replay. There's a set outside the KIRALY. That's the first time KIRALY got the set where he wanted it, put it between the blockers.
Coach Doug Beal feels that KARCH KIRALY in this tournament so far has been playing better than ever before. Feels that perhaps he's taken up a little of the slack because they've lost Dusty Dvorak and Steve Timmons because of his knee injury 2 weeks ago in South Korea. Side out, Soviet Union, they trail 13-12.
The long float serves.
And fake to the middle, outside to KARCH KIRALY. Good hit by KIRALY. What a leader for this U.S. team, who in his senior year in 1982, along with John Elway and 3 others, won the NCAA Award for Athletic and Academic Achievement. Serving now for the United States, 27-year-old Mike Dodd from Manhattan Beach.
Bob, Mike's not a new player on this team. He was a starter 2 years ago before he decided to go to Italy and play.
We still have the same
Welcome
USA
addition right now, though, on
today.
the U.S. team with the injury to Steve Timmons.
I just saw they came out with a retro KARCH KIRALY, or I guess really retro LA U.S. Olympics jersey that the men's volleyball team had back then. It's pretty cool.
The United States now game point, leading 14-12.
And Bob, Pat Powers is really doing the job he has to do, putting those deep balls away and hitting the ball.
A lot of people felt that they didn't have the depth to be able to stay with this team. And they've won the first game. The United States wins the first game. Best 3 out of 5 for the match, 15-12. The USSR volleyball match.
Get back, see where the game
2-1,
continues. Here we go.
Really kind of need to put on a spurt here to pull this out. I think if this went to 5, they might be in some trouble.
Well, I think it would favor the Soviet Union. They have a lot more experience on the floor. And we've seen
I'm
this
really
US
surprised
team
they
that came back in the first 2
run
games.
more from the
I think if they're
back
going to win this match, they must come back now and win this game.
Play.
Well, we can see some of the awesome
guy.
power that they have right there. Man who made that hit, Sapega, now serving. Aldous Berzin.
Net. Into the net.
U.S. into the net.
Let's take a look at it in a replay.
I'm surprised they don't call
You see
those
the center jump
lifts.
sets the ball,
that was
bucks up there. He follows through with his hand and just catches it with his finger after hitting.
Okay, Soviet Union leading 13-8. Set by Ludis. Ball hit out. Now it's game point, 14-8. 1 point away from tying this match at 2 games each.
I think we're seeing Ricky Ludis here setting for the U.S. team. He and Craig Buck have not connected on the last 2 plays.
Aldous Berzin receiving the serve. Saunders. Point for the Soviet Union. They win the 4th game 15-8. And this match is all tied up.
All right.
2 games each. And it's timeout on the court. And we'll be going to the 5th and decisive game. Fortress.
Commercial or a little
Ceremonies to the temple.
I guess Japan, where this was being played.
It's a great place to sightsee with a smile. The United States, set by Zaitsev. And a good placement by Zaitsev. The rules: you must win, as we have said, 3 out of 5 to win the match. Each game, 15 points. You have to win by 2 points, and you can only gain points while you're serving. Soviet Union serving. The United States won the first 2 games, 15-12, 15-13, but the Soviet Union really came back strong to win the 3rd 15-8 and the 4th 15-8. All right, it's side out, the United States. Mike Dodd serving, graduate of San Diego State.
Been there for 2 weeks.
Working with me, Kirk Kilgore. Kirk, it looks as though the Soviet Union, with their tremendous power and probably more depth than the U.S. team has really come back strong, obviously. But what's this going to mean for the U.S. team?
Well, I think the U.S. team
a lot
has to do
of
two things. They have to receive serves, so Jeff Stork can set the ball
used to
their
call them
offense.
X, with like the
And they also have to stop,
outside
find a
hitter
way
will
to
come
stop
for the
Vladimir
quick,
Shurikin, who's just been awesome
behind him.
Shurikin, number 5, came off the bench and has been outstanding. As they take just a moment here to wipe the perspiration off the floor. Score is 1-0 Soviet Union. Alexander Savin, number 3, serving. Outside to KARCH. Good save by Aldis Berzins. Good save by the Soviet Union.
Oh, definitely digging them up.
U.S. continues to go to Karai on the outside with this
big high balls out to the antennas.
Powers from the other side.
I think Stork's got to find a way to get to Buck in the middle to help his outside hitters more.
Outside by Craig Buck, so it is point for the Soviet Union.
Here we get to see Buck. He's up in the air. His hands didn't get over. You see his left hand never got over the net. He blocked the ball deep because of that.
Savin serving for the Soviet Union. They lead 2-0. Good save by the Soviet Union. Shurikin again. What power!
Good save. Free ball. What do they do? Quick. Almost looked like the
Shurikin, the man they
middle was just going to let that go.
Really putting the pressure on the United States.
Imagine.
Union serving, leading 11-7. The United States won the first 2 games.
There's a nice
Soviet Union came back and won the next 2.
Nice put away by Mike Dodd. The U.S. needed that. Good jump set by Jeff Stork.
Looking at Coach Doug Beal, who will be leaving the U.S. program as the coach, only to become the national director. His job will be taken over this spring by Mark Dunphy. Marv is now the head coach of Pepperdine University. We're looking at Pat Powers. United States gained a point there, 11-8. They need to get back in this match. What a confrontation this has been. Great power by the Soviet Union.
Didn't he?
Bob, and there's the main reason. Vladimir Shurikin,
He has
number
shown
5.
tremendous power.
They've been going to him every time. The setter Zaitsev smartly going to him. He's putting every ball away.
Okay, you can only gain points while you're serving in volleyball. Aldis Berzins. Saved by the KARCH. Side out U.S.
Nice set by Jeff Stork. He's a new setter, and they've only been with the team 2 weeks. Nice set outside to KARCH who put the ball away.
And we have Eric Wirtz coming in for Mike Dodd. Eric Wirtz will probably only be in there a few plays just to play in the backcourt.
Here, Coach Doug Beal hopes that Wirtz can get a tough serve, maybe dig a ball and get him back in this game. Bob, they came back the first 2 games.
Good serve right there. Might have been a good substitution. KARCH from the outside.
Yeah,
so
just
the
a lot of just straight up jumping.
11-9 Soviet Union, and this is the 5th and deciding game.
Внимание, оно ушло, тяжело.
Timeout, Soviet Union.
Тречка напрямую сливаем.
You can hear the words of
Не сдвинется.
Coach Platonov. Interesting that both Coach Platonov and Coach Beal of the United States are very good friends and spend a lot of time talking over volleyball. As a matter of fact, both teams are very friendly.
The teams are very friendly. They get along together. You know, this is an important match for the Soviets. They missed the Olympic Games. They felt they should have been in the gold medal match. I'm not so sure it's as important for the U.S., but they want to win, and they want to prove that they are the best team in the world, even without 2 of their best players.
I'm sure they want to win. There have been some big changes on both teams for that matter, but I would say more particularly with the United States. Dusty Dvorak, the setter in Los Angeles, who did such a great job, is now playing in Italy in a league there, and Steve Timmons, the big hit, as the United States gets another point, 11-10. We were mentioning Steve Timmons 2 weeks ago in South Korea, blew his knee out and will be lost to the team for 1 whole year. That's a tough break for them, and has really hurt them. The U.S. a chance to get even. Heads-up play by Soviet Union finding the open court, side out.
That was
11-10.
Alexander Savin. He's been with the team since early 70s, and you can see his smart over the top. Off-speed play right down the middle of the court. Nobody there. You might say that Mike Dodd is replacing Steve Timmons in the USA lineup. He's done a nice job today, Bob.
Okay, serving. Alexander sovereign of the Soviet Union. Important that the U.S. not let the Soviet Union get points here.
Even if the serving is more of a looper than, you know, low and flat.
Good power from the outside. Good save by the United States. KARCH KIRALY coming on strong now. KARCH KIRALY starting to look like he did in the first two games. And if the U.S. is going to have a chance to win, he's going to have some good hitting from the outside. U.S. trailing 11-10 in this, the fifth and deciding game. We'll be back with the conclusion. Good save by the Soviet Union. Set by the United States. Tipped off the U.S. player. Side out, Soviet Union.
It was a nice play by the Soviets. It looked like Craig Buck was wide open in the middle. All of a sudden, their block got the ball. Their defense got it back, and they sided out.
Side out, U.S.
Bob, that's a big block for the USA. They needed to stop the Soviets from scoring. They did. Jeff Stork's back to serve.
If you've just joined us, Jeff Stork has only been with the team 2 weeks. He's the setter. He puts the ball in play for the hitters. He's replaced.
I have to say, I like the rally scoring
who is not here playing in
for
Italy.
the most part.
It's been kind of tough on him. A lot of pressure.
Except when it comes down to the last,
and trying to get the
5
timing down.
points.
What effect has
Like,
that had tonight?
Well, it's had a great effect. I think he's come back
better
and has said very well. He hasn't got a lot of experience with this team. He was a great college player at Pepperdine, and it's showing that he's been well trained and he's playing well.
Yeah. I guess you can't mix the two.
Soviet Union serving, leading 11-10. Otis Berzins.
By getting points when you're serving, you really work for those points. It's not just, you know, basically you get your serve, you get a block,
very strong player. He's been playing great since before the Olympics. We need him now. The United States needs him now to win this match.
Okay, Craig Buck serving. U.S. a chance to pull even here. There's the power.
Man, that middle, they
run.
It looks so deceiving.
These past two games, Albert Dillenberg there, a newcomer to the team, only 23 years of age, and they feel very high on him.
Always so late.
Jeff Floyd serving. Good block by the Soviet Union, now leading 12-10.
Bob, that hurts tremendously. That's the center for the Soviets, Zaitsev, blocking the big Pat Powers, USA's main outside hitter.
Receiving serve, KIRALY. Final game here. Soviet Union leading 12-10. Very important point here. The U.S. cannot let the Soviet Union get ahead now any more than they are. Dillenberg. Saved by KIRALY.
Great rally.
Setting to the outside. And there's the man who has been so strong here today, Vladimir Shurikin of the Soviet Union, 6'7", and he is strong, and the United States calls timeout.
Yeah, the Russians just look bigger.
When you back way off the net, you can get there. Okay, you just go broad jumping to try to get there. You got to be right there. Peeps, real flat into the deep cross-court corner. The angle, they're doing a nice job of digging the angle. All right, flat into that. Nice playing, you guys. Keep listening. Inside out. Keep listening. When Stork's screaming for that ball, okay? Let him go, okay? Come on.
This game.
Hey, USA.
You heard Coach Beal telling Pat Powers to hit the ball not so sharp, more into the corners, because the Soviets are digging that cross court to get a put away.
By digging, we mean they're getting down and getting low and really getting good defensively.
They're
something the U.S. has played very well tonight. However, the Soviet Union is doing everything well right now.
They are, and they're in control of this match. The USA, it's imperative they get a side out here to stay in this match.
Dillenberg serving for the Soviet Union.
Nice middle.
Mike Dodd of the United States, right in the middle.
You can see Doug Gill looks a little concerned. I think he feels he got to score here. Need a tough serve from all his Berzins.
Substitution. Dillenberg coming out, being replaced by Pavel Shalivanov, 32-year-old veteran of the Soviet Union, who told us last night that this might be his final trip. So he would love to go out with a win.
That's a bad break, Bob. The U.S. blockers were called netting. They had a dig. They have to recover from that. Sometimes it can just destroy them.
13-10, Soviet Union, and serving.
I know, it was right. Yeah, so Dodd was an AVP beach player with Hovland, Tim Hovland. Seemed like the mid-90s. That was when beach was exploding.
You just joined us. You can only gain points
KARCH
in
and
volleyball
Timmons.
while you're serving.
Red Sand.
Pat Powers serving for the United States. A chance now to get a couple of much-needed
Steve
points.
Timmons started.
KIRALY. Blocked out of bounds. Point for the U.S. Now trailing 13-11.
Jeff Stork wisely is going to KARCH KIRALY every time he can. He's the man that's kept him in this match, and he's going to try and win it for him.
Powers serving, hoping to bring this match closer to
Long
even.
looping serve.
Zaitsev.
Sharika again.
Side out. U.S.
Also, you notice there's no liberos back then either.
Vladimir Sharika, number 5, has been outstanding all night. We have substitution now.
Definitely
Dave
not a
Saunders
fan of
coming
the
in
white
for Pat Powers
outfits
of the
and
United
white
States.
uniforms for the referees and umpires.
They bring in Saunders back there to get some defense out of the
Very
back row. Hopefully he can
tennis.
take the ball.
Tennis.
KARCH KIRALY. Good save by the U.S. Saunders. KIRALY again.
All right. Let's see what they do.
Set by Zaitsev. There's the power once again of the Soviet Union. They come on strong in the last 3 games. That was Alexander Savin. 27, been on the team since 1976.
We saw Zaitsev, the Soviet center, moving the ball to 2 different hitters. We're a put away and a point.
Okay, we have match point, 14-11. Zaitsev sets. Saved by the U.S. KARCH KIRALY. Good save by the Soviet Union. Good save by
This is a
Dave
great
Saunders.
rally.
Great butt.
Out. That's it.
Match is won by the Soviet Union. They won the first, they lost the first game 15-12. They lost the second game 15-13.
That was pretty entertaining.
Then they came back to win 15-8,
Definitely
15-8.
for today's style of play. Again, that looked rigid.
15-11. Kirk, this was a big win for the Soviet Union, obviously. What does it mean now for the U.S.?
Well, I think the U.S. can't be completely disappointed in this
And
match.
back then, they still shook hands at the
From
end
the
of the
Olympic Games,
match.
the Soviet came here with their Olympic team intact. I think the U.S. I think with the situation, the change of players, Stork in for Dusty Dvorak and Mike Dodd in for Steve Timmons, they can't feel awfully bad about this match.
Okay, let's check the starting lineups. First, the Soviet Union. Key men to watch, number 2, Zaitsev, the setter. 2-time Olympian, the oldest man on the court, 32 years old.
So that
also
was pretty interesting, I gotta say. I like that. That was, let's close that out. Yes, I think I definitely prefer today's style of play. A little bit more exciting and athletic. Almost, that style of play almost looked like it was like, you know, when you go back and watch basketball, NBA basketball from like the 60s or 70s. Yeah. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. And we'll keep our eyes open for another retro volleyball game soon.